Welcome back, all my loyal patriots and nationalists of Ireland alike and abroad. Today we have two videos. The first one I'm going to be showing is Micheál Martin talking about basically Ireland, and the quote here from Frank Conway is laying out the plans to dilute the Irish and hand it over to those who have recently arrived, which is a globalist agenda. Okay, it's just another globalist agenda. Everybody knows it. The people that are arriving here know it as well. Okay, so it's a bit of a cop-out, facade, crazy, insanity that's happening. And then the next one is talking about Ireland's knife crime and how it's out of control. There's actually a video here of people trying to attack each other with knives, so it's gonna be crazy. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know your thoughts, and let's get it.
That each generation creates a story and a legacy that it will pass to the next. What we do today shapes the future we will leave to future generations. And that is why the government in Ireland is working to build a truly inclusive Ireland, one that embraces all of our people, including those most recently arrived. We are working to tackle.
So what he means is it's a more inclusive Ireland. It's more just globalist. Okay, he's working with the UN, the EU, to do this sort of state-funded human trafficking operation, along with a whole bunch of other stuff that doesn't help the Irish people. No talk about building houses, no talk about keeping the streets and crime away from the average person, no talk about keeping the country safer. Okay, just completely ignore those massive issues. Okay, housing being one of the top issues, but completely ignoring those issues.
Arrived. We are working to tackle racism, including through a national action plan against racism being drafted by a national anti-racism committee, an independent committee that includes the voices of those with lived experience of racism. We are developing legislation.
So when he talks about racism, guys, and there's two different types of kind of prejudice, and one of them is prejudice. That's like the average person walking around, me and you. Okay, let's see you see a Korean person. You're like, I've never seen that guy before, and you're like wary of this guy or whatever. That's prejudice, okay? Now, I've talked about this with my friends a lot as well, and racism is more of a sort of a leadership position, okay? If you're in charge, if you're coming from the government, this is like one of their sort of issues, okay? And obviously that's an issue for them, okay? Because it's more of a top-down leadership. You're excluding people from different areas, you're excluding people from different zones because of how they look. Okay, but that's coming from the government. That's not coming from the average person. So just bear that in mind, guys. Okay, there's two different sectors right there.
We are developing legislation to address hate crime, both offline and online.
Okay, when he talks about hate crime online and offline, he basically just wants to censor free speech. And now they have influencers like Protein Boar and these guys, James. I can't even remember his name. Protein Boar, the kind of guy that lifts weights. But he's kind of like a chubby little ginger kid. He talks about how there should be limited freedoms of speech and stuff like that. So yeah, he doesn't understand that that's just used to curtail free speech on the internet. And the last bastions of hope that people have, okay, is on the internet. Okay, the in person isn't that big of a deal, but on the internet, guys, is the last kind of hope that people have to sort of have any resemblance of freedom of speech, basically. And he's trying to censor that and get rid of that.
We are developing a migrant integration strategy to learn from the experiences of second and third generation young people, celebrating and respecting both the heritages of their families and their experiences as Irish people. Creating a better understanding of our shared history is vital to the task of shaping our future. In her poem, Boland spoke to the countless forgotten women who worked to achieve female suffrage, including those with palms roughened by pulling a crop out of the earth, by lifting a cauldron off the hearth.
So he's talking about women, he's talking about different nationalities, he's talking about anybody part of the actual helping of the Irish people themselves. In my personal opinion, guys, they pretty much just want to kind of get rid of everyone that's Irish. Any O'Flaherty's, O'Flynn, anything like that, guys. They're just trying to get rid of you guys. Plain and simple. It's plain and simple, guys. Everybody knows that. It's a globalist Marxist agenda that they're trying to push on people. So
she calls on them to remind us now, again, that history changes in one moment with one mind, that it belongs to us. to all of us. And she promises them, we will not leave you behind.
When he means us, he means everybody except the Irish people. That's what he means.
History belongs to all of us,
No.
just as the future we will create together belongs to all of us. I wish you well in your discussions today and throughout the rest of the sessions. I'm genuinely hopeful that we can lay the foundations for action to create a better Ireland and a better Irish America where all can belong. Thank you very much.
Wait, what did he say? A better Irish America? What the hell does that mean, guys? America is not Ireland. Like, Irish people don't care if you're American, if you're from wherever. It wants Ireland to remain Irish. It's just very strange. Anyways, we're going to move on to some more crazy videos. I'm not sure how much I can show on YouTube because I don't want to get, like, deplatformed. But basically, this is just another knife attack. And I said this yesterday, guys. Another attack here has happened, and so you guys can see him, with the knife kind of slashing at people. This guy has two knives, and a lot of people in the comments were saying, "Oh, Chris, don't be mean to people. You don't know their sort of like you don't know what they're going to be doing." Well, the guy's obviously not offering to make him a sandwich. Okay, he's obviously there to inflict pain with the knife. Okay, it's quite obvious.
The boys.
So yeah, that's another attack, guys. You guys can see there another, group of, I think they're like flipping again Roman gypsies, which is crazy to see. But yeah, absolutely insane. So those two videos that came up today, it's just completely ridiculous. Everything that Micheál Martin says, guys, unfortunately, is just to make more money for him. You can see in the back of that video as well, Micheál Martin was posing with a European Union flag. Okay, he wasn't posing with an Irish flag. There was an Irish flag there in the background, but then in the forefront, he was with the European Union flag, and that's his prerogative, guys, is to kind of get money and help the EU grow. He wants a collective of people. He doesn't want an independent country, separate of any sort of EU. But in my personal opinion, and people I've talked to every single day in Ireland, guys, the EU is not doing any favors for the people, okay, of Ireland, especially, guys. To wanting to vote on something, it doesn't happen, okay? If it's an EU, injunction, or it's an EU order, like suing Apple or something, then they do it. They get precedence over the Irish government. So it's just crazy, guys. It's like almost, we never had freedom, okay? We had freedom from 1922 for a few years there, and then we immediately joined the EU, and then we basically are just under EU rule once again. So, we were under British rule for 900 years, 800 years, and then, of course, we're under EU rule for the last however long, 50, 60, 100 years. It will be 1,000 years. Hopefully not. Hopefully we're like Britain and actually leave the EU one day. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Like, comment, subscribe. If you want me to help keep pushing back against the government, guys, hit the join link underneath the video. Become a member today. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.